Welcome everyone. Is the Fed's plan to lower home prices working right now? That's what we're going to discuss today in the Kitsap Weekly Market Stats for the week of October 11th through the 18th. My name is Joey Walker. I'm with the Dupuy team at Keller Williams West Sound. Excited to bring you guys some new stats this week as time keeps going, as we progress here towards the end of the year. The numbers just keep getting more and more interesting every week that we go by here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to break down the last week's stats for right here in Kitsap County. Okay, we're focusing just in Kitsap County, and then we're going to kind of dive into is the Fed's plan working right now as far as raising interest rates? Only time will really tell, but we have some little bit of an indicator right now. So let's dive right in. We had 81 new listings last week. You know, that's up a little bit from the previous week, but really it's been kind of staying right there, nice and steady. What has also been very consistent is the amount of homes that are reducing their price after they've been on the market. You know, if they've been on for a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, the sellers realize that they need to lower. Okay, and that was something that was very, very rare back in the old market. All right, and that was probably middle of May. Prior to that, middle of May is kind of where we saw the peak of the market. But we're still seeing about 20% of our entire inventory lower their prices. They're chasing that number, okay? And it's just a ever-moving kind of scale here along that bell curve as far where are we in the market right now. So that's been very consistent, has not changed. Pending, okay, so the actual activity this past week, okay, how many homes accepted offers? 101 homes, okay? That's down a little bit, but nothing crazy. We had 84 homes actually sell. So that number is getting closer and closer. For a long time, we saw a big divide between pendings and solds as we were transitioning into this new market. People were getting their inspections done and, you know, terminating contracts, financing issues, you know. So as buyers and sellers adjust to this new market, I'm expecting these numbers to more homes that go pending to actually sell as people learn this market and understand what goes into it, okay? So a little bit of a closer number there. It's good to see. Days on market. Now this has been, we dove in a little bit farther on days on market. And while it's been kind of hanging out at the 1 month mark, right around 30 days now for about a month, which is much, much higher than what we were accustomed to just a few months ago when we were in the single digits for days on market. We dove deeper, and the active listings, so the homes that are currently active on the market that have not had an offer accepted or closed, their average days on market throughout all the active listings in Kitsap County is 59 days. So what does that mean? That means if you are a seller and you are pricing your home accurately, okay, you're still selling your home relatively fast, okay? If you're trying to get the very, very tippy top of the market, or you're looking at all these random estimates out there online, you're saying that's what my value is because that's what that says, and you're not taking the opinion of an expert that's staying on top of all this, you're going to be floating up in that 2-3 month category with multiple price reductions where you could have gotten, you're likely going to be losing money that way, okay? So I'm still seeing homes out there sell in 4 or 5 days. But this is just the average of the ones that sold, okay? The active market, it's an interesting take right now, and it just shows you how important pricing accurately or even a little bit conservatively is going to get you to the finish line right now, okay? So that was the interesting stat. Another one was, holy cow, what shot down now? Is this just a kind of a weird week outlier, or is this going to be the consistency? But the average sold price last week was down to $506,000, much lower than what it has been for weeks and weeks and weeks. I mean, just last week we were at $563. That is a huge jump. Now, do I think that is going to be consistent? I guess we'll see next week. We'll see if that number shoots back up. But never have I seen in years past a bigger drop off than that, okay? Doesn't mean we're in a crash or anything like that. It just means we just need to pay attention to that. And now, after maybe a few months of sellers not realizing what's going on in the market, people are now maybe pricing more accurately, okay? But that really caught my eye. Nearly a $60,000 drop in just last week in the average sold price, okay? Inventory, 560 homes. What's very interesting about that, this has been very, very consistent. In fact, it's actually been creeping up 1.5% on average every single week, going up. Now that's interesting because this is the time of year usually when inventory kind of slows down. It goes down. Not as many people are listing their homes. They're kind of getting scooped up as we go to going to the winter and the New Year's right now. Like a lot of sellers aren't really excited to sell their house. They want to wait to the spring and the summer. But no, we're seeing our inventory go up. Why? Well, sellers are knowing what's going on. They know they have to sell, and they're not going to wait till the spring. They're going to put it on right now because they're trying to catch some more of this party while they can, right? But because of the interest rate hikes being an immediate effect on buyers, right? I mean, overnight, essentially, buyers are losing buying power. They can't afford houses. They're getting priced out. So now that house that would have been sold to that buyer prior to the interest rate hike is now hanging out in the market. And we're getting more and more, we're getting more solds than what we're getting bringing in, right? So it's just, it's just going to be interesting because these are lagging indicators. You know, they're 4 weeks. The solds are. So it's going to be interesting to see if this number continues to go up. But that just shows you just how unique what time we're in right now, because typically that number is always going down with the fall season. And what has been also been consistent is the average sold price to compare to original list price at 99.93. So that's pretty dang close to 100%, meaning homes are selling for about where they're getting listed for. Okay. Again, this takes in all homes. So you are still seeing some homes selling above list price. In fact, 31% of homes last week sold above list price. So that's going to bring that number up. But then we still have those homes that are accepting offers way below list price because they just need to sell. But so on average, we're seeing that 100, which has been very consistent now. Okay. So that is the stats for this last week. The ones I'm really going to monitor is this average sold price. Is this the new norm now? Good news for buyers, especially with all these interest rate hikes. Sellers, there's still a lot of equity built in your home over the last couple of years of just astronomical 20-25% growth year over year. But if you are looking to sell, you got to do it strategically, okay? So, leading into our topic here, is the Fed's plan working? Well, what was the Fed's plan? Well, the Fed realized they needed to defeat inflation. This 9% year over year inflation is not sustainable. It's not good for the economy. It's going to cause a lot of havoc. So what do? Well, let's bump up those interest rates, not once, twice, three, but 4 times already this year, with 2 more expected by the end of the year. Well, is it working in our real estate market? Well, leading early indicators are saying yes, because the average sold price of the homes, as we were just discussing, down. Okay, it's been trajectorying down. The average list price, okay, so sellers, you know, it's great that you're looking at these estimates online, but if you want to be, you know, there's some sellers out there that still want to shoot for those higher numbers, but they're starting to realize, okay, we can't do that. It's not working. So average list price, down. And then just the average median price of the homes that sold last week, so not the average sold, but just the median price was $479,000. I haven't seen a number below 500. I can't remember how long it's been. So average median price down. So is the Fed's plan working? So far, we're going to see if this continues, especially with more interest rates getting bumped up. But leading indicators are saying, yeah, of course, and it makes sense. I mean, if you're going to charge more money to people to borrow money, they're not going to have as much buying power. So yeah, it's just the big indicator, the big thing was convincing sellers to lower their prices. Okay, it's really, really tough for a seller right now to think, man, just 6-7 months ago I could have sold it for this much. But also remember, sellers, everything's relative. Okay, you're selling to likely go buy another place, right? That's what the majority of people are doing. Well, when you're buying another place, that price is also coming down. Okay, So don't be completely heartbroken. What you do need to do though is if you are at the line of selling, you're live right now, please, please, please adjust your price and price accordingly, or you will look back here in 3 or 4 months and regret, like, gosh, I should have just went with that initial price. Okay? Waiting for that one special buyer could really, really bite you right now. Okay? So that is it for this week. My name is Joey Walker with the Dupuis team at Keller Williams West Sound.